things are about to happen. You see blossoms out already and buds out. You see lambs in the paddocks already. So I like this time of year, everything comes back to life again. And if the speech sounds a little bit funny, it's because it's quite cold actually, and feeling a little bit cold in my face. It's only 5 degrees outside. And again, for those viewers overseas, we're in Celsius, centigrade. We're not in Fahrenheit here, so 5 degrees is cool, but it's not freezing. This is Terrakina. And all there is in Terrakina is this gas station, a couple of shops here, a pub, and the school just up there for all the farming community, and that's it. Over this rise we enter what's known as Madman's Mile, where well, at least in the 80s and the early 90s, people used to open it up and just go nuts along this stretch, as a kilometre stretch just on the bottom end of this hill, and used to be known as Madman's Mile because people used to really wind it up, which we're not going to do. Does feel a lot softer. As I said earlier, I had the preload wound all the way down, thinking that would help me be more flat-footed on here. So I wound that all the way down, and with both of us on board, we'd bottomed out the suspension on our trip up to Taupo, and poor old Andi on the back felt every bump all the way. But the ride's a lot softer now, and this will be a test. Well, we've done tests before, but this will be the longest test we've done to see how it feels for her. lake is a privately owned lake. When I was quite young, one of my uncles took me trout fishing in there. Years and years ago, I was painting a house roof out there, and going just above the tree line was a Skyhawk jet from the New Zealand Air Force, and it was just going just above the tree line, and it'd go over the trees, over the roof, up into the air, and then it would let a missile go at a ground target. And it did that about 6 times, which was quite interesting. The New Zealand Air Force don't have Skyhawks anymore. They might have 1 or 2 in storage, I don't know, but they've moved away from the Skyhawk jets, and they're more helicopter based at the moment. And we'll be going past Ohakea Air Force Base shortly. One of our friends works there, he's a sergeant, and yeah, I'll show you a building that where they dry their parachutes when they wash them, and they actually have to abseil down this building on the inside just to change a light bulb, which sounds a little bit silly, but when you see the building you'll understand why when you know that it's used to dry parachutes. Yeah, the New Zealand Air Force got rid of their Skyhawks because Ohakea Air Force Base was costing $3 million a day, I had heard, to run, which sounds to me like a pretty bizarre sort of a number. But I guess when you think in terms of a Skyhawk letting 6 missiles go at a ground target just for target practice, and consider what the financial cost of that is. There's my wife on the back there. You can see that shadow over there. Yeah, so they got rid of their Skyhawks because in the space of 30 years, the only shot in anger that the New Zealand Skyhawks had shot was across the bow of a Japanese fishing boat that was in our territories fishing. Yeah, so they've gotten rid of the Skyhawks, and it's all helicopter based now. They've got a whole fleet, if you call them fleets, of new state-of-the-art huge helicopters. But yeah, they've gotten rid of the jets, and I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's a large orange building just over there, which is coming into view, well, from the top of that hill. I can just catch a glimpse of it now. Just over there to my right is where Ohakea Air Force Base is. And I have to watch my speed here, because just ahead there at the end of this road is bulls, and they're very, very pedantic about speeds. So this little township is Bulls, and it's just a small rural town. And with my work, I've only got one client here now. I used to have two. There is another client here, but it's one of my colleagues looks after that site. I've only got one here now. So this place is called Bulls, and if you come to a shop here and buy milk, it's the only place in New Zealand you can get milk from Bulls. And there's a milk tanker. So I need to slow down here because there's a speed camera, but I think that's actually a placebo speed camera. That one. There's another one further down there. So that used to be one of my clients, another one down that way. But yeah, it's a funny little place, that Foursquare supermarket-y type thing there. I've had on their notice board in there an advert for a casual staff member for here. Put that up there a year ago and I've had no takers. This is a Hakia Air Force Base, and that orange building just ahead of me, that's the Air Force Base there. And if you can just see it on the roof line of that building out to my right is a twin tail. It's either a vampire or a venom. It's a wooden Air Force jet, no longer used of course. This milk tanker is open country. I've driven for them. Now that building there, that tall building, that's actually used to dry parachutes in there, and they have to abseil down on the inside of that building from the top just to change a light bulb. Yeah, so that jet that they've got up on a pole is a vintage jet. It's can't remember, it's either a vampire or a venom. And there's still an active one in the area that lands out at Wanganui from time to time. Makes a hang of a racket, but it's a pretty cool sort of airplane. And this farm over here to my right, years ago, that used to be my dad's place at one point. Yeah. Now there's a speed camera up here to my left. Which actually generates a lot of revenue, this camera. So yeah, there to my left, that's a speed camera. And there's another hidden one up here actually, which a lot of people won't be aware of, and I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up or not. I'll show you where it is. Now, it's on someone's property on their front yard. There is a tree that's been topped, and it looks like just an old tree trunk sticking up out of the ground, and at the top of that is a camera. Now, just the other day I was up in Taihape. Over here to my right you can see those ranges that run along over there. That's the Taurua ranges there. They were all snow-capped the other day, and that set of ranges runs right up the spine of the North Island, and the other side of Palms North they've become the Taurua's over that side, Ruahini's over this side, and from up in Taihape area they were all snow-capped. So the suspension setting is dampening down a lot of the bumps that I'm going over. There are a few that are a little bit aggressive, so we'll see how Andy felt about that. Now, the camera on the side of my helmet, the angle's wrong, but just out there to my right there's a beautiful, clear, unobstructed view of Mount Ruapehu. But you won't be able to see it from that angle. It'll be interesting to know what the temperature is outside, because this is an open country milk tanker. I did a temp job for them for a week.